Trump and the ridiculousness of his surrogates is not insulting the average American, even if they voted for Donald Trump. Secondly, dial back the lip filler.
It's blatantly clear. It is obvious. It is in front of all of our faces all the time now. It feels like every day there is something new that comes out about Joe Biden's
No, we see a lot of the same shit over and over again.
corruption. His entire family for decades now, we know, have been profiting off of his position in government.
Yeah, no. Again, that's not technically a crime, or Jared and Ivanka would be in jail right now. And secondly, the only thing that would keep you and Eric and Don Jr. and Kimberly out of jail is that you motherfuckers couldn't turn a profit if you let Fred Trump teach you how to do it.
And yet they want us to believe that if you even dare make some kind of connection, you are akin to, communists in Russia. It is amazing.
No, but Vladimir Putin is not a communist. He's a former KGB agent, but that's not because he has communist ideas. He's a dictator. Secondarily, you can make all the connections you want verbally. You can't fabricate them, and bringing them up all the time as if you have these connections when you absolutely don't is what she's talking about when she says muddy the waters or fuzzy the waters, I suppose.
To see, but I think they know that their back is against the wall. I think.
No, they don't.
They know that they are in a lot of trouble.
No, they're not.
On the Democrat side, a lot.
No, your dad, your father-in-law has just gotten indicted for the third fucking time.
A lot of trouble in the swamp.
No, the swamp apparently is fine. Apparently they cleaned out a bunch of it, and now it's like effectively Joe Biden has taken the swamp and turned it into a wetlands, which is protecting crucial ecosystems and rare animals.
See that everything they have tried to do to Donald Trump has backfired.
No, it hasn't.
They are very worried about Donald.
No, I'm not really. I mean, he's gross, and we don't want him anywhere near the halls of power because of what he would do, but I'm not worried about it. I just, you can take something seriously, but not actually, have it bother you the rest of the time.
Donald Trump becoming president again. And so I guess this is their last ditch attempt. They're just going to say like, oh, no, there's no proof, even though there is.
Well, what is it then? Well, shit, if it's that obvious, I mean, it's massive amounts of evidence. Just say it. Just fucking say it. I mean, in the case of Donald Trump, like he had the red-welled envelope transfer means that he knew that he had documents in his possession that he did not have the right to, or he didn't magically declassify them. The idea that he magically declassified shit that he had in his, in the boxes and the stuff that he brought back from the White House, he was aware that he didn't have the right to do that. He's on recorded tape saying he knows he's got classified documents that are secret that he doesn't have the right to, and that he's showing them to people who do not have top secret clearance at all. He's literally showing it to them. That's a crime. That's on tape. He's indicted for that shit. He not only had those things, but he probably would have not seen he would not have seen the inside of a courtroom at all had he just given the shit back. Fuck, he could have copied it and just turned in the copies and probably gotten away with it. But he's such an idiot that he literally hoisted himself with his own petard. Figuratively.
Brings up Putin. I mean, some of the money that they've brought in came from Russia. The mayor of Moscow, the wife of the mayor of Moscow, gave him $3.5 million. Why?
No, she didn't. She gave it to them to invest on her behalf, of which they got like 10%. She's also the richest woman in Russia now. She was not one of the oligarchs. Her husband was, and she turned him in for corruption. She was trying to get a bug out of that fucking place.
Why would you even bring up Putin?
Amazing.
Because her ex-husband, who was the mayor of Moscow, was the Putin ally. She was not.
It is
amazing to see.
Yeah, talking about Trump here for a second, that New York Times poll came out this week. Look at that. Trump and Biden tied at 43 points. You had an op-ed in the Times today saying that Trump is having his best polling ever against Joe Biden, better than he had in 2020. Fairly obvious to see why. People in 2020 thought that Joe Biden was going to be kind of this moderate Democrat that was going to run the country in kind of a civil way, wasn't going to make a lot of noise. Nobody had any idea he was this awful and this corrupt, and the country was going to be in this bad a shape.
Explain how bad the country. Just you got a minute? Go for it. Just tell us all how much worse the country is now that Biden's in charge. I mean, start with unemployment and the dollar and energy production and infrastructure and just go from there. And then I mean, you can eventually go to you preferred it when hundreds of thousands of Americans were dying at the end of Trump's blathering response to COVID.
It's a pretty good poll, though.
It's a pretty good poll, and it's actually shocking that they're even tied, to be honest with you, Rob. I mean, if you look at what has happened to our country over the past 2.5 years under.
You mean economically or just people going back to movies? I mean, the fucking Barbie movie made $1 billion. Is that what the problem is?
The leadership, and I mean, you can call it that if you want, but we know that's not what it is, from Joe Biden. They are running this country in Washington, D.C. They're running it into the ground. They are every day doing something to try and destroy America.
Like what?
America we've always known.
Which is what?
You just have to go out and talk to anyone, literally anyone on the street, and say, is
literally anyone.
Your life better now than it was when Donald Trump was in office? And I guarantee you 10.
Well, in all fairness, have you spoken to anybody who had COVID or lost someone because of COVID?
Out of 10 people will tell you no. So it's
no, that's not the case.
It's amazing to see that they're tied, but I think what it says is that people are starting to get it. They are starting to understand what is at stake in this upcoming election. If they thought for a second they were voting for the decent guy, Joe Biden, you know, the one that had to be
oh God, I'm just so disgusted.
Forced to acknowledge a grandchild of his, that guy, the guy that allows people to expose their breasts on the White House lawn. And
that person was actually banned after they did that, for the record. Secondly, I'd like to say when someone bears their breasts on the White House lawn and then they're kicked off for doing it, that's one thing. When Donald Trump brags about grabbing women by the pussy, that's another. Just saying. Weigh those next to each other.
Bring cocaine into the White House. That guy, you know, they are.
You know, you're not allowed, right? I don't want Don Jr. to get excited. You're not allowed to bring cocaine into the White House. Otherwise there wouldn't have even been a scandal about it. By the way, have we heard about that recently? Is that still going to be a thing? Is that going to come up next year in the debates?
Are sorely mistaken if they ever thought that was going to be the guy to bring this country back. So I think they're all looking at Donald Trump now.
Yeah, what a moment right now. I mean, after January 6th and all these indictments, to see
to see all these things,
a poll that close, to see
yeah, except that's Democrats and Republicans, and that's fairly standard kind of a poll, like landline old folks poll. But when you look at independents, for example, you got Biden with an 11-point lead. You win with like a 2-point lead with independents.
Trump performing better than he ever has against Biden. It's amazing to see how politics can change in this country. Laura Trump, always good to have you on. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend.
Is it? Yeah. I think we all learned a lot.
You too. Thank you.
Could you next time, I don't want to ask, you know, I don't want to pressure you much, but the next time you're on, could you actually, when you say terribleness about the United States, just quote something? And I don't want to hear fucking about milk prices from last summer. At least bring up Portland, right? Chat room. That said, hi chat room. Hold on, what's it? Hi chat room. Love you guys. Oi. Just cry plastic pink tears. There's a big part of it where they just wish that that COVID was still around, because it was apparently killing all the right people to them, I suppose. Yikes. It's so odd. So odd. Yeah. The idea that, like, you know, and especially now that Trump is saying, you know, if it was me, and, you know, if people shouldn't have to take the vaccine, and we'll, you know, we shouldn't force that on people, and therefore no mandates and no nothing and blah, blah, blah. That basically just tells all of our, enemies in the world that if you want to hit us with a bioweapon, hit us with a smaller one first, make us lower our guard, and then hit us with a big one. And if Trump's in charge, the second one will wipe us all out to the person. Like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, support the show, blah, 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 try my thing. Okay, now, should we dive into this? Yeah. So we'll start this one since it's, it's getting late. I'm going to hang out late with you guys. I hope you guys can hang in there. If you don't, it's okay too. But we're going to dive into this right now because we can, quite frankly. Trump has, in lieu of having these rallies in these half-full mini stadiums, where he brags that he had a bigger crowd than whoever else was there, when indeed those people charge $200 a ticket and the place is still full, and his isn't even full, and yada yada. This is Trump at one of these GOP dinners. So he's been making the rounds of these things because they pay him to show up. They make a contribution, and then he'll give a speech there. And at the one in Iowa, he did his little 10-minute thing, and he was pissed that he's not going to do any more of those. He's only going to do the ones where they make him the man of the hour and let him give a speech. Now, he did another one, I think, this is Alabama. He did another one in South Carolina. He only goes to safe zones anyways. He doesn't give these speeches anywhere where he didn't win handily, and or thinks he will in the future, which is really pathetic. Most of what he's been doing these days has been either Florida or Texas, and that's it. And the only time he goes to New York anymore is to get arraigned. But this is him at this dinner, Who died? Who gave that? Oh, shut up! I got to turn that off because it's whatever. Every time he yanks his jacket, he farts. Hello, boink. Hi. Oh boy, good to see you. Hello. There you go. I'm going to stand here while I... Look at the guy dressed up like Trump walking through the crowd. Got a Trump impersonator there. Yeah, dinner table's a little sparse. It's okay. Makes it look crowded. That's all right when you got big round tables in there. That's okay. Just shoot diagonally across it and uphill so it makes it look like a bigger crowd. There you go. All right. Hey, there you go, bud. Thumb up your butt. Hey, yeah. Whenever he yanks his jacket, it's a power play and he farts. Hey, boink. Hey, pook. Hello. Hey. Everybody's standing like this fucking song is the Star Spangled Banner. Okay. And I'm proud to be shoogie doogie doo. Yeah. Okay. Just stand here. They like seeing me stand here next to the thing. And I love how these people feel. They genuinely feel like a bunch of people just sat back down, which is good. Or never got up in the first place, I suppose. But do a lot of them feel just like obligated to stand when he enters the room? Jerk off. You guys can jerk off right in my right eyebrow. That's okay. Okay, almost done. Here we go. Oh boy. Oh God. Jesus Christ. He doesn't even know when the song ends. Like you understand there. Let everybody see my nunt. You, hello, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, hello. I should have come out later. I have to poo already. Oh dear. And I can't even hear the clapping when the song's that loud. Which is probably best because only like 9 people are clapping. And the song's over. And then they whoop and holler, and then I sit back down. It's Alabama. Well, it's great. Thank you. Thank you, Alabama.
Well, I want to thank you, and it's great to be back in Alabama with so many proud American patriots who stand for God, family, and country. That's what you stand for.
That's what you stand for. It says it right here in black and orange.
I want to thank Governor Kay Ivey for being with us tonight, and the great Kay. You look great, Kay.
You look great. The great Kay, who looks great and is great. Great, just great.
Not surprised?
I said it, and everybody thinks that I didn't mean it. But it's what are you gonna do? Normally, you look like a
stink singer.
Right.
Doing a good job too. We appreciate it very much.
Not a great job, but then you're a female, I guess, right?
You. And also, Chairman John Wall, he broke all sorts of records tonight. They broke the attendance and the fundraising records. They broke every record in the book. So, John, really good job. Please sit down. We're going to be here for a little while, right? Sit down. Thank you very much. But John's been a friend really from the beginning, and today I'm also...
The beginning? It's just another reminder he has no real friends.
Greatly honored to receive the endorsements of so many outstanding Alabama leaders. We have just about all of them that we were looking for.
We don't want the ones that don't. I've got 100% of the people I want, and none of the ones I do not want,
warriors with me, and they know how we fight, and they know how to fight, and they know that...
It says in the teleprompter, they know how to fight, but he threw the we in there, and then...
We win. Most of whom, though, are with us tonight, including your great senator who just introduced me, Tommy Tuberville. What a great man. He's strong, he's smart, he's loyal.
Unless you're in the military.
Then he's truly a fantastic guy, and he's my friend, and we love Tommy. Treat him good. Yeah, one of the really... Thank you. We have one of the great ones there. Representatives Jerry Carl, Barry Moore, Mike Rogers.
These are, I love Alabama because all the names are really white and easy to say.
Robert Adderholt. Dale Strong and Gary Palmer. These are warriors. Gary's feeling better now. He had a little problem with the back. But
Jesus Christ. Shut up. It's nobody's fucking business, you creep.
He's feeling good, and he wanted to be here, and I appreciate it.
They wheeled him in here, and I was like, if you don't show up, I'm going to say you suck.
But these are fantastic people.
They are.
Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth. Thank you, Will, very much for being with us. Doing a great job. Agriculture Commissioner Rick Pate. Rick, thank you very much. Public Service Commission President Twinkle Kavanaugh. I love that name, Twinkle. Thank you very much.
Twinkle Kavanaugh. Welcome to Alabama.
Public Service Commissioners Jeremy.
Commissioners. I'm sorry. What was that again? Sorry.
Public Service Commission President Twinkle Kavanaugh. I love that name, Twinkle.
Oh, it's so good.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Public Service Commissioners Jeremy Oden.
Commissioners. Fashizzleness.
10,000 known or suspected gang members.
Something like that. Just basic commissions.
And Chip Beaker. And I really appreciate you and being here. And Cliff Sims, thanks for doing a fantastic job, Cliff. I'd also like to recognize Alabama Secretary of State Wes Allen, who's here. Wes, thank you. Thank you, Wes. State Senator Gerald Allen. Senator, thank you very much. Friends of mine, Ambassador Lindy Blanchard and her great husband, John. Thank you very much. A wonderful job. A wonderful, wonderful job as ambassador.
We might have to check in on the names at the South Carolina one, but this might be the single reason why he's only doing these dinners now, is because he can be guaranteed there are no foreign-sounding names.
A man who's just been incredible. What a voice he's got, and what a wife he's got. His wife is named Kim, and his name is Lee Greenwood, and he sings that beautiful song. Where is Lee? Is Lee here? We got to see Lee. Thank you. What a voice. What a voice. We don't know what it is, Lee, but it works.
There's nothing special about it, but it works. What a functional voice you have there. What a where you just, where notes occur.
Love it. And congratulations. Great career and great family. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
We appreciate your great family and your wife. Holy shit. I mean, come on.
Catherine Engelbrecht, a real incredible woman. Where's Catherine? And Greg Phillips, where are they? Truth to Vote.
It's true oh, fucking hell.
They have done a job.
It's true the vote. I don't even give a fuck. I hate those people. It's stupid. But at least get the name right.
They found more fake votes than any people, I think, in this country, and they are fake.
Yes, and the people in the villages in Florida are still pissed because they're having to go to jail.
With all of the things, and they have them on tape, and you go through a lot, and we appreciate it. And get ready. Get those votes ready. Just get...
You know where the fake votes are? You stacked them. We've got lots of them ready to go because we're going to need them next time. Get those fake votes ready for us. And if you can't beat them, join them.
Them ready. Keep those tapes handy.
What?
Because you're going to need them, and we're going to all need them as a country. Thank you very much. You do a
We're going to need the tapes ready as a country.
fantastic job. Real patriots. We appreciate it. 8 years ago this month, we held one of the very first rallies of the 2016 campaign right here in Alabama. Together, we launched the greatest political movement in the history of our country, and now with the help of Alabama patriots, oh, we love Alabama, won it by 45 points.
Yeah. It's you won it by the, interestingly enough, percentage-wise, by its position in education out of the 50 states. I'm kidding, they're 49.
But Alabama patriots like you, we're going to do it again, but we're going to do it even bigger and better than 2016. You know, I don't know if you know, we got a hell of a lot more votes in 2020 than we did in 2016. Millions and millions of more votes. But 2016 was very, very special. And
By the way, Biden doubled Hillary Clinton's lead in the popular vote as well. They just cleaned up in the Electoral College.
we taught people a lot, and they taught us a lot, frankly. But this state has been with us right from the beginning, Kay, I have to say, right from the beginning. And we will completely finish the job. We are going to do something that's going to be so incredible. On Election Day 2024, we're going to evict crooked Joe Biden from the White House.
Well, technically speaking, even if he lost, and he won't, he wouldn't leave until the 21st of 2025. So, but if you want to say that we evicted you in November of 2020, I'm fine with that.
We're going to expel the criminals and thugs from the halls of power in Washington, D.C. And
If any of them are left over from my administration anyway.
we are going to make America great again.
You know, make America great over and over. It's Magoo.
From the beginning of our movement, it's
Our movement, it was such a movement. It's been the best movement ever.
really been a true force in American politics that's dared to stand up. It's an incredible thing. We dared to stand up to the corrupt political establishment. That hasn't happened. That's why we have such difficulty, because they just can't stand us. But they're getting smaller and smaller.
All right, I don't know what
They're getting
that's just a run-on of gibberish.
weaker and weaker, and we have to go on and we have to win some battles. And I think you're seeing that we're winning a lot. We're going to have a tremendous election. The poll numbers are the highest we've ever had. And people are very upset out there, angry, upset. They don't like what's happening to our country, because our country is going to hell. Going to hell.
This is his new thing, by the way. For the record, his Christianity is completely fraudulent. And so the idea that he even brings up, he means hell as in like New York in the 70s. He doesn't have a spiritual connotation to that word at all. He just uses it because he knows these folks like it.
We said no to open borders, no to global.
Well, except for that whole Title 42 thing, which created more border crossings than any single act in the last 50 years.
Trade deals, no to endless wars, and no to the
Well, you certainly didn't end the Afghanistan war. It's clear.
godless values of the communist left. That's what
The godless values of the communist left. God wants these pussies grabbed.
they are. They skipped socialism. Remember, I used to say this will not be a socialist country, and I was right. They skipped that station. We always
They skipped the stations. Did they using the old clicker, or did they turn the actual dial to go past that station, or was it a train? It was a. Hold on. Where's the?
no perverts.
Nope. Sorry, that's not going to actually. Because we had this one, yeah. I need to find this one area. I'll find it in a second. Okay, go ahead.
Put America first. In response, our enemies unleashed an army of rabid left-wing lawyers, corrupts,
Corrupts, you know, because, you know.
I know words. I have the best words. Marxist prosecutors. These are dishonest people, bad people, deranged government agents and rogue intelligence officers to try and stop our
Offices? The whole office is deranged?
movement. Remember the 51 intelligence officials that lied about the laptop?
No, they didn't. What laptop would that be?
Said, oh, the laptop, Russia disinformation. No, they all lied. 51 of them lied. And it would have made a difference of about 11 points in the election, according to the pollsters. They lied. As an example, every one of these many fake charges filed against me by the corrupt Biden DOJ could have been filed 2.5 years ago. They didn't want to do it 2.5 years ago. They wanted to wait.
Until they had enough evidence to charge you. And they, in all fairness, in a couple of cases, they had to wait for you to actually commit the crimes. Because some of this shit is brand fucking new.
They did wait. They waited right to the middle of an election, and they
No, you made it the middle because you started running early, because you got a target letter.
waited until I became the dominant force in the polls, because we're dominating everybody, including Biden in the polls. And then they filed them all, every one of them, all at essentially one time, including local DAs and AGs and even other cases right in the middle of the campaign, where we're leading by so much, and it's not going to make any impact, because every time they file an indictment, we go way up in the polls. We need one more indictment to close out this election. One more indictment.
Did he get a letter? You think he got a letter that says he's going to get one more? Or now he's going to say they're afraid to indict me because that'll just make me stronger, because he knows they pretty much wrapped up what cases they have for the time being.
And this election is closed out. Nobody has even a chance. We've already defeated the Republicans. They're at 2 and 3 and 1. You know, they all want me to go, onto the debate stage. And I say, well, if we're at 71 and they're at 0.
Yeah, that's not the numbers, but okay.
1, 2, 3. Some of them are at 4 or 5. I don't know. Does it really make a lot of sense? Does it really? I love to debate, but you know, sometimes you don't want to be a fool. You want a smart president. You don't want a stupid president.
Right, which is why you don't have a shot.
But you know, the radical left, what they say is, oh, we want Trump. That's only because we're leading in the polls. Because they're a party of disinformation, misinformation, a big party of disinformation. The person they don't want is Trump. We beat them by so much last time. We beat them with crooked Hillary. They've never recovered from that. That's why the hatred is so great. But remember this, if somebody else were leading this banner, they'd be attacked with false stories also.
No, not really. As a matter of fact, like anybody but DeSantis, who's a complete pig and has just fucked up his own shot. Nobody's arguing that he's actually got a shot in any major way. Both of these dickheads who are the front runners, it speaks to like who the Republican Party is these days. But if Chris Christie or Asa Hutchinson or John Kasich or any of these fuckers were running, they wouldn't just get hit just because they're the Republican running. It doesn't work like that. And none of them are